Hi guys, how you doing? It's Tom here from Black Ford Minis, and I am a eBay reseller. I buy armies, I break them down, and I sell them on eBay, and then I kind of use that money to fund my hobby essentially. And normally I'll be doing an unboxing video with you, and in fact today I will be doing not only one unboxing, but I'll be doing 3 unboxings. But this is a bit different. This isn't to sell on. This is for me, and I'm really excited about this one. So the missus and I recently got into playing Warcry on the weekends. I tried to get her into Kill Team. She wasn't a fan. She didn't really like the futuristic setting, but she loves all the fantasy stuff. So as a workaround, I bought Heart of Gur, and we've been playing that, and that's cool. But I haven't really found a warband that particularly vibes with me. And I found out about the Savage Orcs, which are now actually not still being made, I don't think. I think they've been legended, as they say. And I've managed to find some of the models on eBay, and I have bought 3 lots of them actually in order to build a Warcry warband. I've also managed to find the cards for actually playing them online, so those will be turning up. Now, an amazing stroke of luck. I ordered 3 boxes from 3 different vendors, and they all turned up on exactly the same day. So let's have a look and see what we got. And I am super excited about this. So I think the lore with the Savage Orcs, also known as the Bonesplitterz, is that they are kind of orcs which went to war and got the wah, and it never really wore off, and they were shunned by the rest of orc society, and they tended to congregate together in groups, and they shun all kind of metal and iron weapons, and instead they basically got rid of most of their clothes and will only use bones to make their weapons from, and wood. Okay, so these are very cool. So that looks like the Savage Orc or Bone Splitter Big Boss. It's painted quite well. And another Savage Orc there. That one's just a normal boy, I think. Now I know Savage Orcs, you get Savage Orcs, Arrow Boys, and More Boys. And I don't really know the difference between the two, so I'm going to be guessing. As always, if I get anything wrong with lore or with the models, please do let me know in the comments. I would love to see your comments. So that's a banner holder there. He's just holding a knife, so I think that would probably make him a More Boy. And then these are really well painted actually. They've got highlights. Probably what I'll do, once I finish my current project, which is with my Custodes, I've got some Sisters of Silence to finish painting. And I've also got a couple of Dark Angels I need to get sorted out before those armies are complete. I'll leave these as are, particularly as they're very playable at the moment, painted to this level. But then what I was thinking is, because I've got a few of them, because I wanted to be able to make the different configurations of Warcry warbands, what I might well do is undercoat all of these and start afresh and paint them as a kind of spearhead force of about 500, 600 points and just have them there to pick from. Because when I'm playing with minis, I'd much rather I painted them myself. So that's a Savage Orc boy. He's just got a spear, so I think that makes him a boy rather than a More Boy. And you've got a Savage Orc with a bone drum there. So here's a drummer. But I'm really happy with the level of painting on those. So another Savage Orc boy. Savage Orc boy with a spear and a shield. I love the way his shield is made out of bones. I don't know why they ever stopped doing these. I don't know why they got legended. They're so cool. Savage Orc with a spear. And this model is absolutely iconic. I can't remember what they're called. I think they're like big spear boys or big arrow boys. But it's just so ridiculous. What a great model with a big arrow or spear. It's got skulls hanging off the end. Absolutely amazing. They should bring back Bonesplitterz. They really should. Oh, do you know what would make me really happy, actually? I'm a big fan of watching Squidmar with Emil and Lucas, and fantastic painters, absolutely fantastic. And I know that Emil himself is quite into the orky side of things. He's got the, is it the Gloomspite Gits with goblins? If he was to get his hands on some of these and create a savage orc or a bone splitter army with his skills, that would be absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, the chance of him ever watching this video is probably zero. But if it ever gets through to him as an idea, yes, make a legend army of Bonesplitterz. It would be absolutely phenomenal, particularly with his jungle bases as well. All right. So in here, I've got some more boys, I think I'm right in saying. I went a bit over the top here, to be fair. I didn't need to buy all of these, but I got carried away. Paint job on these isn't quite as good. But it's still passable. So that's another Savage Orc banner boy. Savage Orc banner boy. I can see super glue is obviously snapped at some point and been glued back on. That's not the end of the world. Yeah, the highlights on these are shocking, and these are definitely going to need repainting. And we've got another big arrow boys there, which is cool. Which means, I think I'm right in saying, if you were to play these in Age of Sigmar, you need 2 to have a unit. So I've got 2 now. The difference in painting between the two is night and day. Well, I do like the red base, actually, on the badly painted one. Got some bubble wrap, which is great, because I ran out for sending stuff out the other day. It's always nice to get some packing materials. Very nicely packed up. Yeah, I went well and truly over the top here. I think I've accidentally bought an entire Bonesplitterz army. So, Bone Splitter boy, with a spear, bone shield. Yeah. Bone Splitter arrow boy. I think this will be mostly made up of arrow boys, actually. Another Bone Splitter arrow boy. And another Bone Splitter arrow boy. I bought this lot first, and I was concerned in my Warcry band I was just going to end up with loads of arrow boys, which aren't supposed to be as good. So I wanted to get some of the Savage Orc boys and the Moor boys. Okay. So this guy looks like he might be something special, actually. I think his big boss, maybe a Moor boy boss, is pretty cool. Okay, so here's just the same model as that with a different setup on the weapons. Then another very angry looking arrow boy there. Wow, this is never ending. That is not a bad thing. Another drummer. Paint job's pretty mediocre. Arrow boy. So here's just, I think, a savage orc. Might be a moor boy. Arrow boy. I think that one's been kit bashed. There's actually got an arrow coming out of him, but that looks kind of cool. Another arrow boy. And a savage orc there. Whoever painted these has obviously been experimenting with washes. I think it's an oil wash. It hasn't cleaned it off properly. It looks pretty shocking. But again, I'm going to repaint it, so I really don't care. All right, so that's all good. And now these were really hard to find. I ordered these from a company called Warp, who are on eBay. They're also based in Havant, which is fairly close to me. And this should be, it's a Mad Mob. Headcrackers Mad Mob, which I think was originally an Underworld's warband. But they're playable in Sigma, and apparently they're playable in Warcry as well. But what this should have is, I think it's a Wurgog Prophet, and then on top of that, another Orc Big Boss, and then an Arrow Boy, and just a normal Savage Boy. But these were quite expensive. I couldn't find these on eBay for less than about 120 quid. I managed to find them at Warp for 50 odd quid. 55. And these were down as well painted, and they're all right, but I would definitely like to do them better, so I probably will undercoat these and do them again. So there is the boy boss, or the Savage Orc boss. Really cool sculpt, absolutely love it. The feathers on top, the bone claws. It's got that weird alien grass on it. I hate this stuff. I'll probably take that off and put on some normal grass tufts. Here's just a classic Savage Orc, but that's really cool with his axe and the jawbone. Absolutely love it. Great sculpt. That's a Savage Orc Arrow Boy. Again, these are obviously newer sculpts than the other ones. Looks absolutely fantastic. And then finally, the Prophet himself with a kind of tiki style mask. Annoyingly, it's got that rubbish grass on it again. I'll sack that off and start again. But ultimately, it's painted all right, but it's not how I want it. I want to get some tattoos and stuff on him as well. So he will be undercoated and I'll start fresh on him. There we go. So those are my Savage Orcs, or Bonesplitterz as they're also known. I don't know why Games Workshop stopped doing these. They're an awesome army. They need to bring them out again. Yeah, I'm super excited.